Good afternoon. I'm Mary Grant, Co-Artistic Director, together with Janet C., of the First Sundays Concert Series. On behalf of the whole First Sundays team, I want to thank you for joining us today as we begin our 17th season. So, in an ordinary year, these concerts occur on the first Sunday afternoon of most months, featuring a variety of classical and jazz artists. And in an ordinary month, I would be inviting you to pick up your copy of our full season lineup at the front desk on your way out the door. Instead, like performing arts organizations everywhere, we have been learning how to bring live music to our community virtually, determined to make it happen, frankly, because it feels more important than ever. If you've been with us over the years, you know that the First Sunday series is organized under the Bainbridge Community Piano Association. That's the nonprofit group that owns the beautiful grand piano here at Uni Hall, which will not be featured today in deference to its lovely grandmother. As always, we need to thank the City of Bainbridge Island and the Bainbridge Island Senior Center for housing the piano and this concert series. We are also incredibly grateful to our community's partners and sponsors. One Call for All, Arts and Humanities Bainbridge, Columbia Bank, Dana Investment Advisors, Hikana Fund, Bainbridge Community Foundation, and Wake Up Bainbridge. It's important to note that even under ordinary circumstances, admission to performing arts events does not cover the whole nut. So I hope you will consider supporting First Sundays. You can make a contribution to the Bainbridge Community Piano Association through One Call for All, and you can find all the information you need to do that from our website. Quick note before we get started, our next concert will be the Mark Lewis Jazz Quartet on Sunday, March 7th. So mark your calendars and keep an eye out for more information. And be sure to add your name to the email list and follow us on Instagram and Facebook. It will also be a virtual performance, and of course you can be sure that we will resume in-person concerts as soon as regulations and good judgment allow it. In the meantime, we really appreciate your support of our virtual concerts. Lastly, you should know that this is take 2 because about 10 minutes into take 1, the power went out. Sal has us all fixed up with battery this time, so it won't blow the sound file. And just fair warning that at any point the lights may go out, or the stage lights may go out, but the show will go on, which feels utterly emblematic of the COVID experience. All right, so Janet C. and Jillon Stoppels Dupree. I asked Janet and Jillon to write some biographical notes a little bit more personal in nature than the usual resume, and it's available to ticket holders on the website, and I hope you'll take time to read them. These 2 extraordinary women have led large professional lives as musicians, as you know, and they're also our neighbors, and I think you'll enjoy getting to know them a little more closely through that personal note. The program today is full immersion Baroque period, Quantz, Purcell, Telemann, Handel, Bach, music that remains so timeless and continues to live and breathe and resonate, especially in the hands of these 2. It's my honor to present Janet C. on Baroque flute and Jillon Stoppels Dupree on harpsichord.
Thank you, Mary, and thanks to you, our audience, for joining Jillon and me for this concert, which is the first concert for both of us in almost a year. Needless to say, it is a joy to play together again and to play for you. It's unusual to single out one movement of a sonata to include in a program, but ever since reading through Quantz's beautiful B minor larghetto, sometime last fall, the piece has just stayed with me. And I realized it would be a beautiful piece with which to begin this program. And we play this piece today as an offering to the very difficult year we have all managed in one way or another to get through. And it's not over yet. Following the Quantz, we'll move right into a set of pieces by Henry Purcell, 2 of which were originally scored for voice. 18th century instrumentalists were encouraged to emulate the qualities of the human voice, the ultimate instrument, not only in timbre, but also in articulating a text with their instruments, but without using words. Today's program also includes 2 beautiful and well-known vocal pieces by Handel. In the Baroque era, it was common practice to transpose pieces from one medium to another, and Jillon and I have particularly enjoyed playing these 4 vocal pieces. Georg Philipp Telemann was an immensely prolific composer, and because of this, possibly, his name has often been associated with less than the highest quality compositions. But in his time, Telemann was highly regarded by colleagues and critics alike, not only in Germany, but also in the rest of Europe. Theorists considered his works models of composition, and major composers such as the likes of Johann Sebastian Bach and Handel bought and studied his published works. Some of my favorite Baroque chamber music, namely the Paris quartets, was written by Telemann, and his 12 methodical sonatas are a welcome staple to our 18th century flute repertoire. These are called methodical sonatas because Telemann added to each first movement of all 12 sonatas his own highly ornamented version of the original melodic line, supplying us with a type of method for ornamentation. I actually feel that including all of his ornamentation can obscure the melodic line and create kind of a dizzying effect. So my approach is to choose ornaments from his large battery of ornaments that I feel add to the beauty and the development of the line, and sometimes I add my own ornaments. So here's an example of the simple line and then how he has ornamented, and this is just 2 little bars. Simple line. Telemann's ornaments. And it goes on from there.
could have given this concert a subtitle of musical transcriptions. And I was thinking about how many of us in our lives during this COVID era have had to transcribe different things, whether it's in-person teaching to Zoom teaching. And so I think this is an appropriate theme for our time, hopefully the end of this COVID time. 3 of the 4 Handel pieces you're going to hear are transcriptions. And the first piece that you're going to hear, even though Handel actually wrote it out himself, it sounds like it's a transcription of an aria, perhaps even a 17th century aria with lots of ornamentation and improvisation. And it's actually written by Handel from one of his suite sonatas. In some sources it's called a suite, which is a set of dances, and in another source it's called a sonata. And it's a very, very expressive piece in which you can imagine that soprano, say, performing what the right hand of the harpsichord is doing, and then perhaps a cello and viola accompanying it in the left hand. Then you'll hear an aria, Lascia ch'io pianga, from the opera Rinaldo, which is one of Handel's most beloved arias. And it's a woman, Almirena, who has been captured and taken away from her love. And so she sings of, "Let me weep my cruel fate, that I could have my freedom. I pray for mercy." And then there will be, from this same opera, Rinaldo, an aria that is transcribed by Handel himself into a keyboard piece, perhaps for his own use instead of having to read the score. And it was also either an aria or an overture, depending on the source, again, from Rinaldo. And finally, the beautiful aria, Ombra mai fu, from the opera Xerxes, which was ironically a love song that Xerxes sings to a tree, to a beloved shade tree that's giving him respite from the sun. And his words are, "Never was a shade of any plant dearer and more lovely or more sweet." Probably the only opera aria that's been sung about a tree, to a tree. For the final piece of our concert today, we're doing the wonderful Bach trio sonatas, a transcription of the trio sonata number 1, which was originally in E flat, and it's transcribed, a modern edition transcription, into the key of G. It works beautifully for either a trio of instruments, such as flute, violin, and then pedal being the continuo part, or as Janet and I are doing it, with Janet playing the right-hand part of the organist. Or the organist has it having 3 parts, one part in the right hand, left hand, and then in the pedal, of course. And I'm playing the left-hand part on the harpsichord, and then, I'm playing the organist's left-hand part in my right hand on the harpsichord, and then the pedal part in my left hand. So we hope you enjoy that wonderful, complex piece that is quite a challenge for a solo organist, I believe. Thank you.
We would like to thank you so much for tuning into the concert today. It was a great pleasure to play together and to play for you, and the power stayed on. So that was a great accomplishment. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. I especially appreciate just having the chance to perform with this wonderful, wonderful musician, Janet, and to actually be able to perform again after such a long time, dry period, shall we say. It means a lot to us. Thank you.
And then they and I and all of the Baymouth Community Piano Association and the First Sunday's concert want to thank you so much. I wish we could give you a big, you could hear the applause felt by all. It's been a great pleasure. Thank you, everybody, and good night.
Done.
Yeah.